Hi everyone, good morning. How's everyone doing? You excited for tomorrow? Excellent. Hello, and welcome to the second day of our cybersecurity workshop. We have some really fun lessons and challenges for you guys today. Who managed to do the challenges yesterday? Did anyone work through the challenges? We had the Batman file system. Did anyone work through it? Yes, you did. That's great, Fiona. Then forgot. We can work through these while we're waiting for others to join. How does that sound? Yeah, Ray can help us.
Yeah.
Can you tell us your name, Chris? If you guys want to type your real name in the chat, we will try to remember during the lesson, okay? So Chris is actually Jamie. Okay. Hello, Jamie. Susan is Elliot. AJ is AJ. Wenjay is Charlie. And Fionn is Fionn. Excellent. You can type in if you have, and then is Bobby. Okay. So this is like encrypted names, right? We were talking about encryption yesterday, right? So your real names are encrypted. Jacoba and Amelia in Magda's account. Okay. Charlie, Bobby, Jamie, Elliot, Kian. Great. Ray, can you help us with Batman's file system? So yesterday they had a challenge to help Batman file a few criminals. So
Yeah, of course. So first write the command to show all the files in the current directory. That command was ls to list everything that's there.
great.
Uh, now we need to make a directory so we can store all of our relevant criminals. So that requires us to mkdir, make directory criminals, to make sure we got all our nice, well organized file system.
Excellent.
Now that we've created the file, we need to click into it. So what we do is type cd current directory criminals. So that will let us go into it.
Yeah, because remember, hackers don't have access to our mouse. So they need to type in this command to actually go through the files and the folders in our system. Very good.
Now we need to input all of our relevant villains, bad guys, into the folder. So we're now going to a command that makes following directories. So we're going to make a directory for each of our relevant killers, which is not killers, villains. mkdir for the respective names between them.
Excellent.
Now we got our Joker file. So we need to go into it. So we're going to change the current directory to Joker. And what we're going to do is make a file called details, where we're going to say touch details.txt. So that will create the file for us. And now we're going to add some facts about the Joker, because we need to know how he operates, information to help Batman track him down. So we're going to go into the file, which requires us to use nano or vim if you're brave. Dan is Bobby. Bobby, you have a question.
Are these things for today? These ones?
I can't quite.
They're the lesson 3 ones.
Yes, we are
There.
going to do them
Yes.
later.
Okay. No, I just printed them by accident. I was just making sure. Thank you.
Excellent.
AJ, you have a question?
You don't actually have to do a separate. You can just do MK, dear, Joker, Penguin, Blaine, and Riddler by just putting a space and make separate ones.
I just didn't want to go into that particular use case, but yes, you are entirely correct. So let's go back to oh yeah. So Nano, we can fact one. So has white makeup, likes to laugh, and so on. And then we can exit out of it using Control X. Now what we need to do is go back to our home directory, which just typing current directory with nothing just brings us back to the default. And we're going to do the same for all of our other criminals. So CD for criminals, CD Penguin, touch details. It's just a repeated process to get used to it.
Is CD current directory or change directory?
I believe it means current directory.
Okay.
So you're setting what the current directory should be.
Okay. So you're kind of navigating through the folders. Nice.
Yeah. Same with Bane.
Okay, so you go into the criminals folder and then go into Bane's folder within the criminals folder, and then you create the details there.
But something happened to Riddler. He escaped Batman last night, so be on high alert. Things could get dangerous. It's just the night before Halloween. Who knows what he's up to?
Excellent. So that's lesson 1.
Oh yeah, we can delete the Riddler directory since we don't have them anymore.
Yes, excellent. Very good. So now we're ready to get started with our lesson. We also had a challenge for lesson 2, where you can write down your name in Morse code and your date of birth in Morse code, and also use the Caesar cipher to encrypt and decrypt some messages, right? So if you have any questions on those, you can let us know. We're going to be working through some encryption and decryption today as well. So you're gonna get lots of practice. Perfect. So let me know in the chat how easy or how difficult it was to do the challenges. Hello, Patrice. Randy's Charlie. Okay, Charlie. Try to remember your names. Excellent. We're not doing Kahoot, but we have something I would say it's going to be even more fun. Let's see what you have to say in the end. Perfect. So let me know in the chat how was the challenges, and we're going to get started for today's lesson. Okay, so this is lesson 3 of the cybersecurity workshop. And on today's agenda, we are going to learn how to break codes using frequency analysis and brute force. So these are 2 methods for us to break codes, which is basically when you have an encrypted message and you want to figure out what the original message was. So we're also going to go through a different type of cipher. So yesterday we learned about the Morse code, that it's actually a cipher, and we learned how to use the Caesar cipher. Today we are going to build on that knowledge and figure out how to use the Vigenère cipher. This is a really fun one. I'm sure you will love it. As we discussed yesterday, the Caesar cipher is quite simple. So your message can be broken. That's what we're going to learn today. But the Vigenère cipher is much safer, right? So we're going to learn how to use that. So how do we break codes? How do we break a Caesar cipher encrypted text? One of the methods is called frequency analysis, which uses our knowledge about the language. What language? English, right? So in English, we have lots of common letters that are quite short. Here are examples of one-letter words, two-letter words, and three-letter words that we use a lot in English, right? So if we know these letters tend to appear quite a bit in the text, it becomes easy for us to guess and figure out, break the code based on our knowledge of the language, right? Another thing to keep in mind is that there are some sets of letters that tend to appear quite a lot in English. So ing, ed, ies, eor. There are many more examples there. But the idea is that using this knowledge, we can break encrypted messages. We talked about the letter E yesterday when we were studying the Morse code. So the easiest Morse code is the letter E because it's the most common letter in English. So using that knowledge that E appears quite a lot, we can also break codes. And there are some considerations here. It's very language specific. If you know other languages, these are not going to be the common letters in other languages. They're not going to be the common words and so on. And it is also dependent on the length of the message. So it is actually easier to break longer messages because you can see these patterns more clearly. In shorter messages, if it is just one word or two words, it can be a little bit more difficult to figure out these different patterns. However, if it is a short message, what we can use instead is brute force. So what is brute force? Brute force is basically trying all the possible answers or all the possible combinations of the Caesar cipher to figure out the message. If it is just one word, it's not going to take so much time, right? If it is a longer text, it is better to use the frequency analysis, right? So the consideration here is that it can be time consuming if it is a long text. And it's better to use it when frequency analysis doesn't work. Oh, I'm delighted that you guys are enjoying this. Kiki, do you have a question? No? Okay, that's fine. Oh, continue, so no problem. So here, we are going to do a hands-on example now. Who has the activity sheet there? Hang it up for me. Yeah, have it up. Okay, very good. Excellent. I see that Chris has it, AJ. But Chris is Jamie, right? Jamie, yes? Yes? Did I get it right? Okay, perfect. Oh, that's great, guys. Most of you have the activity sheet. So get it ready because we are going to work through this now. Let's crack some codes. Okay, this is the first one you can see on your lesson 3 activity sheet. And we are going to basically break this code here. All these letters, they're all scrambled, so we can't really understand what's going on, what's the message there. And which method can we use to break this code? Frequency analysis or brute force? Which one do you think would be best here? Any ideas? Frequency analysis or brute force? Do we have enough words there to see any patterns? Yes, Stephen, who's not Stephen? You can unmute yourself if you want. Seamus? That's not your name. I'll try to find out in the chat.
I think frequency analysis.
Excellent, frequency analysis, because we have a longer text and we can see some patterns there. And another very important information we have is the length of the word. So we know that we have a space here. So we know this is a 2-letter word, this is a 3-letter word, and so on, right? Okay, so what we're looking for? We're looking for short words, because the shorter words, the better for us to figure out if that is actually a word. Okay, so let's go through this. As I explained, there are some common words in English. So some of these one letter word could potentially be a, could potentially be I, right? So we can have a look and come up with different hypotheses. Okay, so these are, there's one 2-letter word, there's one 1-letter word, 2 2-letter words, and 3 3-letter words. Let's start. So in step number 1, we would be, we need to find out what the key is. So basically, how do we shift the Caesar cipher and to decrypt this message? So we're going to test it out in short words. Let's decode the different letters here. Let's say that we want to, I don't have that there. Okay, P and D. Yeah, so let's come up with a hypothesis that the key is U equals I. For that, how can we do it? We're going to get our Caesar ciphers, okay? And we are going to align the letter U from the small circle with the letter I in the big circle, right? So this is what we will have. U is aligned with I. So remember, the small circle is for the encrypted message, and the external circle, the big one, is for the decrypted message, which is our original message, what we want to find out. So if we have U equals I, what would we have? If we try to find P, I'll just go find this one here. Okay, so the first 2 words there is P and A, right? So if you have your Caesar cipher aligned in this way, U in the small circle, I in the big circle, when you find P in the inner circle, let's go P, you're going to get D for decrypted letter, right? So P equals D. And then when you find A in the small circle, it is aligned with O. Since D-O is a word in English, it looks like we have found the key. Does that make sense? If it wasn't really a word, then we would need to find a different key. Is anybody confused? Yeah? So basically, an overview of what we did. We came up with a hypothesis. We said U equals I. Then we aligned the U in the small circle, the small disk, with I in the big circle. And then we're testing our hypothesis to see if the first, this key would work for the first word of this message. The first word was PA. So then we found the P in the small circle that is aligned with D. So this would be a D. I can write here. So P would be D, and A would be O. A would be O. So this is a word, do, and then we would continue. Z is aligned with N, so N. A again is O. F is T. Excellent. Yes, Patrice, that's excellent. So do not, right? So one thing that you guys are going to notice is that all A's are O's. So you can go around and see all A's in this message and replace them with O's, right? So you can go and do it this way because that's going to be much faster, right? Every time you see an F, you can replace it with T. So you can do it this way, right? So this way you can make it much quicker break the code and figure out the message. Is everyone working okay? Does anybody need help? Yes, 10, not 10.
On my one, it has like keyword and plain text. What does keyword mean?
So keyword is, so maybe are you working
believe
through this activity sheet?
I believe they have the Visionaire cipher up if memory is
no.
correct.
Yeah, make sure you have this one here, okay? There. Yeah? So it's
No.
lesson 1.
This
Or
is lesson 3.
Yeah, code breaking, it says, and then Caesar cipher. This is, I think, the 3rd page or 2nd page. I think this is the one that you have there, no?
Oh, there, I have it now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Great. Anybody needs help? Oh, good. Great. So what's going to happen? Yes, Seamus?
My Caesar cipher Z aligns with L.
Z, in your Caesar cipher, Z is aligned with L. Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it working for you?
Not really.
No. You need to ensure when you're looking for the letters here, you look for them in the inner circle, right?
Okay.
So let's say P, you go P in the small circle, and then you replace that with the letter from the big circle.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it arranging this way in yours?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, perfect. So it is very important that when you're looking for the letters in your Caesar cipher, you look for them in the small circle and you replace them with the letters from the big circle.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Susan?
What's A meant to be aligned with? Sorry. What's A meant to be aligned with?
So A, is it?
Yeah.
So A in the big circle is aligned with M in the small circle.
Okay, thanks.
A is aligned with M.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks.
Yes, for this one here. Did anyone manage to decrypt the whole message already? Not yet? Working through it? Aaron, okay, you did it. Excellent. Oh, nice. I see in Wendy's account you've managed to do it. Excellent. Excellent, guys. Yeah, so to make the whole process easier and faster, you can just go through these and replace the letters once you know them. So A is always O. So then you can go O here, O here, O there, and so on. And then let's say I in the small circle is aligned with W. So then if there's any other I's here, I would replace them with W's. But it doesn't look like there is. D is aligned with OR. So then every time there is a D, we can put an OR. Okay? There's another one down here. Makes sense to everyone? So this is a way to make it much quicker for us to figure out what the words are. Perfect. So yeah, you can finish that towards the end. Stephen, do you have a question? Are you good? You can unmute yourself if you want. Yes, then?
For the what's it aligned with? Is it supposed to be like the one? Is it supposed to be the one on the outside? And it says if, like on the top line where it gives you the letter, like R, then you go to R on the top side or R on the inside.
You always find the encrypted message in the inside.
Okay, sound.
When you can't understand what's written, it's in the inside, and you replace it with the one in the outside.
Thank you.
Okay, super. The long letter is difficult, Chris. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so okay, you're going to see that at some stage you're going to get to like you're going to have just maybe one or two letters missing from each word, so you can almost guess what the word is, right? So you don't need to go through every single one if you want. It can be faster to just guess it as well. Perfect. Can we move on to the next one, or do you want more time to finish this one? Anybody needs help? Patrice, you don't understand the long word. Is it this word here? Yes? Okay. So let's try to decrypt it, right? So P is aligned with, we do this word and then we move on to the next one, okay? So P is aligned with D. So the first one is D. Okay, a little bit more time, Amelia. Yeah, work away. And then U is aligned with I. R is aligned with F. Is that right? F. And then we have F again. And then we have another U. Or, yeah, U is I. O, we've done O before. No, we haven't. So O is aligned with C. You see, at this stage here, we can guess what the word is because it is diff, and then we can guess it is this. And then U is I, Q, E. You see what I mean? Yeah, at some stage you can guess what the word is. Yes, Chris, you have a question? Jamie, is that right? You can unmute yourself, no? Okay. Excellent. So did you guys manage to finish this one? Or do you want a bit more time? Bit more time? Ah, nice. Yeah, so somebody said this is mathematics. Okay. H-E-M-A-I-C-S. Excellent. Are you guys using this method of once you know one letter, just replacing that letter in the other ones? Let's say U is always I. So this is I. Z is always N. So Z is N. Z is N. M is A. So all M's are A's. A. Yes, AJ?
Sorry, I didn't mean to press the hand.
Oh, no problem. So all M's are A's. I think I have them all. And N's, they are B's. No more N's. K is Y. Another Y. E are S. Excellent, Chris. You have it. Excellent. Perfect. Here, you like when you're working through it, you can see that at this stage, it's like hangman, right? Do not worry about, and then let's say K is Y. And then you can guess that G is U. Oh, we've done some G's already. Your difficulties in mathematics, I, and then G is U again. Sure. Q's are E's. So then you replace the E's. You see, at some stage it becomes a bit like you're guessing the words and working through it. Yes, great. Susan has it done. Patrice has it done. Kian, excellent. I assure you. And then again, all F's are T's. T's are H's. That Y is M. And then U, I, E. Greater. Okay, I think I done it. I'm done as well. Okay, we all finished at the same time, it seems. Excellent. AJ has it, Joan. Excellent, guys. Well done. So yeah, we worked through how to break a Caesar cipher. Excellent. Well done, everyone. Excellent. Yay. So now that we worked through this, okay, this is, oh, we've done this already. Activity 2. So this is the second one now, okay? So if you go through your activity sheet, we did the top one. So we have exercise 1 complete. Now in exercise 2, okay, how can we break this code? This is the last one we're going to do in more like detail, right? So here we're going to use the same steps as before. We're going to identify the shorter words. So we can see there are two two-letter words here and 2 3-letter words here, but they're the same, these two, right? Okay, the shift in the first one, how do we work that out? So basically the shift is A equals M. Yes, Vente, we are doing the next one now. Excellent. So then has a guess that the 2-letter words could be in or could be it. Excellent guesses. So basically, in this one here, we can do these guesses and see how we get on, right? AJ said it can be it, the 2-letter word. Then, do you want to open your mouth?
One has to be, they can't both be 2-letter words with I's because both of them don't have the same letters. So both of them can't be in or out. There has to be other ones.
It has to be another one, yeah. So
Like,
that is
thing.
Excellent. Very good. Susan,
Is the first two-letter word is?
Is. Yeah. So basically, we can try that hypothesis with everyone. How does that sound? So if this word were to be is, H would be S. So remember, we are aligning H in the small circle, okay? In the inner one with I in the big one, like so. H aligned with I. And then we can test this hypothesis. We can test if this is correct. How do we test it? We find OR in the small circle, and it is aligned with S, right? So it looks like it is correct, but we need to further investigate, right? So how we do it? We look for S. So if S and N work out as a letter, it looks like it's correct, right? So S in the small one is aligned with T in the big one. So T, N in the small one is aligned with O in the big one. 2 is a word in English, right? Excellent. Oh, excellent, Chris. The shift is 25. Excellent. No problem, Anastasia. Welcome to the class. We are basically breaking the codes here, right? So you can join us in. Kennedy, excellent. SGD is the. So we can use the same idea as before, right? Whenever we see an S, we are going to replace that S with a T. So there is an S here, it's T. There is there another S? There is another S here, okay? H is I. H is I. So this way, it becomes much quicker for us to figure it out. Or is S. And what's funny about this one is that basically we are replacing every single word or every single letter with the next letter in the alphabet. Can you guys see this pattern? So S becomes T, H becomes I, or is S. Can you see this pattern? So basically, you know that Z's are going to be, what's the next letter after Z?
A.
Excellent. And then M, after M is N. R's are S. Okay, so by identifying these patterns, it makes it much easier for us to break the codes, right? So this one is super simple in the end, the shift to 25. Yeah, so somebody said that this word is life, because we're basically replacing every single letter with the next letter of the alphabet. So V, W, D is E, Q, R. V is W, Q. Z, H. Do you guys already have it? T, M, N, U. You already have it? What is the answer to life, the universe, and E? Excellent, Susan. What is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? Does anyone know the... My name's finished. What is the answer? Excellent, Fionn. Susan, yes?
It's a book, isn't it?
It's a what? Sorry?
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. What is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? Excellent. Ray?
It's 42.
Yes. Has anyone read that book?
It's called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes. Susan, you back? Excellent. Well done. Yay. Yes, this is a quote from a book. And the answer to everything, to life, the universe, and everything is 42. And this is from, they have a computer. What's the computer called, Ray?
I actually don't remember what the computer is called, but I do. What would be very funny is the shift probably should have been 16, which would have been 42 modulo 26.
Yes.
I
Hitchhiker's
can Google it.
Guide of the Galaxy. Yeah, the Hitchhiker.
It's very funny.
Yes, it's a great book.
I particularly enjoy that the subtitle to the 5th book is whatever it is, and it says the 5th book in the increasingly inaccurately titled Hitchhiker's Trilogy.
Oh, interesting. Very good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Now we have the last challenge in this. We're not going to work out everything together, but I'm going to help you figure out what the key is, because there is something different about the third exercise on this sheet. What's different? What is different about this one here? Susan?
There's no spaces.
Yes, that's it. Yes. Then?
It says decrypted.
Yes, it's encrypted and we have no spaces. What does that mean then?
No, it says decrypted on the second one.
On the second one?
Do you see the way it says ciphertext, plain text, ciphertext decrypted?
Are you on the other page?
No, on the one you were on.
Yes, this one.
Look at the second heading. No, and then on the side. Oh, I should probably face tomorrow.
On the side. Okay, ciphertext and plain text. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and then ciphertext decrypted.
Okay, I see. There is an error. Is that what you're saying? This should say plain text.
No, I was just saying that's what's different.
Yeah, it should say plain text actually, but decrypted also is the same thing, because plain text is the decrypted text, right? Yeah, thank you for letting me know. Yay. Yeah, it's a very long text, Chris. That's right, and there's no spaces, Amelia and Luisa. Yeah. So how are we going to work through this, right? We need to be smart about it to figure out what the key is. Chris? Jamie? I think.
If you look at it, it says the answer of shift. It doesn't give us 2 spaces, so it can't be above 9.
You're very correct. Excellent. That's a good way to tell. Then
Really long words. Because if they are really long words, then yeah, we need to think of the longest words and what letters go into them.
It's a good one. Kian,
Why aren't there any spaces?
there are no spaces here to make it more difficult for us to figure it out. Okay.
How is it a text? If there's no spaces.
We will figure out the words as we write them, but they are all together. Imagine there's no spaces here. So, okay. So the shift Aaron was asking us in the chat. Basically, the shift is the number of times so when we're doing our Caesar cipher, we start like this with the A's aligned. So this is a shift of 0. And then when we align A with B, that's a shift of 1. When we align A with C, that's shift of 2. Does that make sense? Is that right, Ray?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that's basically what it means. It's another way of saying how you want to align your Caesar cipher before you decrypt the message. You can say the number of the shift, which is 1, 2, 3, and so on. Or else you can say A equals C. So then you know you need to align it this way before you start encrypting and decrypting messages. Okay, great, Aaron. Okay, so let's work through this. How are we going to figure out what the shift in this one is without spending all our time figuring this out? So there's no space, there's no information about the length of the word. And what that means is that we can't really use the common cribs, the common words, which are the cribs. So let's review our choices. When I introduced the methods for breaking codes, I said we could use frequency analysis. One of the ways was to use the common words. Another way was to look for a common set of letters. Another way was to look for common letters like E. E is probably going to be the letter that appears the most here, okay? So we can use these two ideas here, methods to decrypt it. And we can also look for, we know that there is an apostrophe somewhere there. So we can also use the apostrophe there, okay? Perfect. So here, let's have a look. We can come up with the hypothesis that N apostrophe B is N apostrophe T, but this is not possible because N can never be encrypted as N, because if N is encrypted as N, the plain text would be the same as the encrypted text, right? Because you're encrypting it in the same way. So that is not possible. Then NB could be IM, for example. But if N equals I, if we have N and I, B is going to be aligned with W. So IW isn't really a possibility. We can also hypothesize that apostrophe B is apostrophe S. So in that way, we would align B in the small circle with S in the big circle. So if B is aligned with S, let's see what the first 3 letters were going to be. So if you work it out, you're going to see that V, J, and W is man. And man is a word in English, right? So basically, we figured out what the shift is here. We figured out the key. And if you want to put down a note there, you can work out this exercise later. So you can write down A equals J. This is the key. Or the shift is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The shift is 9. Excellent. The shift is 9. Oh, somebody was getting shift to be 7, but I think it's 9, no? AJ, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, the shift is 9. Perfect. So write down on your activity sheet so you can decrypt this later, okay? Now we're going to move on to the next part of the lesson, okay? We managed to learn so much about Caesar ciphers. We learned how to encode text. We learned how to decode our encrypted text. And we also learned how to break codes. So figure out what the original message was based on different methods. We used frequency analysis, and we also used brute force a little bit now in the last one. So for the next part of today's lesson, we're going to go into the Vigenère cipher, okay? The Vigenère cipher is probably my favorite, and it is much harder to break, okay? So let's figure out how this one works. So the Vigenère cipher is a method for encrypting messages where we are going to combine in the Caesar ciphers and a secret keyword letter, okay? So instead of having the shift or a one letter kind of key, we are going to have a word as the key. Instead of having a letter as the key, we have a word as the key, okay? So let's see how this is going to work. We're going to use a combination of all 26 possible Caesar ciphers to encode messages. So the length of the keyword is going to determine the number of the different encryptions that we are going to apply to the plain text, which is our original message. And what's really interesting about this one is that if we use the keyword code, for example, it's a 4-letter keyword. If we were to encrypt our, so that means we are going to be using 4 different Caesar ciphers to encode our plain text, okay? And the 4 different Caesar ciphers we would be using is A equals C. So imagine we get A equals C, like this. And then we do A equals O, and then you go A equals O, like this. And then you go A equals D and E. It's going to be a bit difficult to keep using the Caesar cipher because otherwise we have to be moving it all along. That's why we're going to use a different diagram, okay, instead of using that to make it easier for us. Okay, so the Vigenère cipher is what we call a polyalphabetic cipher, and the Caesar cipher is monoalphabetic, because in the polyalphabetic cipher, the same character can be encrypted in different ways. Remember when we were breaking the Caesar cipher, every time we had one letter, that letter would be encrypted as the same or decrypted as the same letter, because we were not moving the cipher. We would always have the cipher in this way. And that's what made it so much easier for us to decrypt to break the code. Because once we figured out that, let's say, A is D, every time we see A in the encrypted message, we can replace it with a D, because we already know that to be true for that text, right? But here in the Vigenère cipher, that is not true, because the same letter can be encrypted as different letters, okay? That's why it is so much more difficult to break it. So the same plain text letter may appear encoded as different letters in the cipher text, which is the encrypted text. So let's say if our keyword were code, then we are basically going to be using 4 different ciphers. A equals C, A equals O, A equals D, and A equals D and AE. Perfect. So if we were to encode AAAA, that was the message we wanted to send for some reason. would be encoded as code. So can you see as the DAs, they appear as totally different letters, right? Dan, do you have a question?
How would you find that out though? If they're encrypted as AAA?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
If like you just said the 4 A's. If I send a message to like someone and I said A. Like would they not be confused? Like how are you supposed to find that out?
Yes, they would have to have the keyword. So they would need to know that the keyword.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember before the key was always one letter. So you would say A equals E, A equals B, and so on. So
Yeah.
now they need to know what is the word, not only the letter, right? That's why it's more complex.
Would they be told this or what would that be?
We can have different keywords. We can pick them as we like. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect. We're going to work through some examples here, and it's going to be much clearer how this works, okay? So the reason why it is much more safe is because we can't really use frequency analysis in the same way. Remember, we would just look at like different patterns in the text, in the encrypted text. Here it is much more difficult to see these patterns, right? Perfect. So that makes it much harder to break the Vigenère code. Let's see how it works. Do you guys have this sheet there with you? So it's in the second page of the lesson 3. Yay, I see it. That's excellent. Thank you. Brilliant. Yes, that's the page we're going to use now. Okay, so get it ready because we are going to learn how to use the Vigenère cipher. Excellent, Seamus. Okay, we are going to go through an example now, okay, Wendy, and it's going to be much easier for you to work it out, okay? So let's see here how we are going to use the Vigenère cipher. AJ, do you have a question before we go through it?
Do you need a cipher to do this?
No, all you need is this diagram, right, which is in the second page of the lesson 3 activity sheet.
Okay.
So the diagram next to you. But if you want to just pay attention here on my screen, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to use that diagram, okay? So the columns here, these letters here in the columns, they are the plain text. So this is the message you want to send, okay? We are going to find the letters for each of the letters there in the column. The rows, they are for the letter in the keyword, right? As an example, we are going to use the keyword to be code in our example here, okay? So this is where you're going to find the keyword letter. And the intersection between the plain text and the keyword letter, this is where we are going to find the ciphertext. So this is our encrypted letter. The encrypted letter from the message is here. The letter from the keyword is here. Then you find your encrypted text. Okay, let's work through an example. It's going to be much easier now. Okay, so let's say we want to say hello, and we are going to use the keyword code. Right? So how do we encrypt our plain text hello? And we're going to use the keyword code. So we are going to have one letter, right, per letter of the text, and then we repeat the letters again, right? If there was more text here, then the next one would be encrypted using O, and then D and E again. So this pattern here would be repeated throughout the message. But let's start with hello. So what's our ciphertext? What is the encrypted message? To encrypt the letter H, we are going to find H here in the columns. And then we are going to find the keyword letter C in the perfect key, and that's the one we're using. We are going to find the keyword letter C in our rows, right? So once you check where these are, we can basically find our encrypted letter in the intersection, okay? So H encoded with C would be J. So we replace it with J. Now let's do E. Our plain text letter is E, so we're going to find it in the columns here. Now our keyword letter is O. We go down to find O here. What's the letter in the intersection? It is S. So we're going to encrypt it as S. Excellent. Then had it. Perfect. Wendy's following as well. Excellent. So now we're going to encrypt the letter L. So again, we find L in the columns. We're encrypting L with the letter D. We find D in the row. And at the intersection, we have O. Excellent. You guys are working it out. And what's really interesting here now is that we are encrypting the word L again, but because we are using E as the keyword letter, the letter L is going to be encrypted as P. Yes, then, exactly. So L is now encrypted as P. So can you see the biggest difference here from the Vigenère cipher compared to the Caesar cipher? The same letter was encrypted as different letters. Yes, excellent. Great, guys. Dan, do you have a question?
I meant to say JSOPQ. My computer's broken.
Yes, that's it. So JSOPQ. Excellent. You guys got it. So this is how you encrypt a message using the Vigenère cipher, right? So let's look at how we would decrypt the same ciphertext using the keyword again, okay? So excellent, Seamus. I see you have it written. Excellent. Let's see how to decrypt it now, okay? It's very similar, but we need to look at one important difference here. So instead of starting looking for the letters in the top row, or in the columns, we're looking for the letters in the row. Because remember, the columns are the letters in the columns, they are for the plain text. And the letters in the rows, they are for the ciphertext. So we start looking at the rows because we have ciphertext. So we start looking at the rows because they're the keyword letters, okay? So we start with finding C here, and we go all the way to find J, because the letters in the middle here, they are the encrypted text, remember? So we find C, we go all the way to J, and then we figure out what is the column letter, which is H. So that basically means C, to find J, we are going to replace it with H. And then we do the same again. We look for the letter from the keyword in the row O. We go all the way to the ciphertext letter S. And we find out what is the column, which is E. Excellent, Wendy. So the next one is E. Now let's do again for D, all the way across to find O, which is our ciphertext. And we figured out this is L. And then we put the L there. E in the row, all the way across to find P, that is L. And then we do the Q again. Okay, so C all the way to Q, to Q to find O. Does that make sense to everyone now? Excellent, Wendy. Perfect. So this is how we encrypt and decrypt messages. That brings us to the end of our lesson 3. We're going to do a quick quiz here, and then we take a little break, right? So which method do you think is harder to break? Let's see. The Morse code, the Caesar cipher, or the Vigenère cipher? Seamus?
Probably the Vigenère cipher.
Yes. Why do you think so? Yes, so the Vigenère cipher is more difficult because instead of using just then, let's see if then.
Because you need a code word. You need somebody to actually tell you a code word. So that's like the password.
Yes, exactly.
You can't, if you tell a hacker your code word, then they can hack it easy. But if you just, keep it to yourself, then no one else will know.
Exactly. You need a password, a code word. Excellent. Teddy or Ted Barry? You can unmute yourself if you want. No, Kahoot. Yeah, so basically that's the reason why. And the same letter can be encoded as different letters because we have actually a word to encrypt. And the factor that makes a cipher harder to break is the key space, because we have different possibilities for the same word, for the same letter. So A, for example, can be encrypted as B, C, D, E, F, G, depending on the code word, okay? And which messages are easier to crack, do you believe? Shorter or longer? Seamus?
The longer ones are easier because you can find the pattern.
Yes, excellent. Longer ones are easier because you can find patterns there. If it is very short, it is more difficult. Okay, we're going to take a short break. Let's see what time it is now. Yeah, we can be back so at 15 past, so that gives us about 7 minutes. And we're going to do the most fun part of the lesson, so get ready for that. It's going to be more fun than Kahoot, I think. Okay, so I see you in 7 minutes, guys. If you want to turn off your cameras, feel free. And at 15 past, we will see you here.
Yeah, baby.
Ted,
Yeah.
what's your Fortnite again?
TSM Bibles.
Is there any spaces?
What?
Do you know what mine is?
Yeah, I wrote it down on a piece of paper yesterday. Wait, 1 sec. Give me 2 seconds. Let me find it. Is it Fast Gamer 22 no spaces?
There's an underscore between fast and gamer.
Oh yeah, underscore. Yeah, underscore. Yeah.
Yeah, no spaces, no caps. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, Dan.
Yeah.
Mine's TSM Barry Boys. The TSM is capitals.
Okay, I'll let you know.
And then
What rank are you in Reload?
I'm think I'm some. I don't know. I don't really play ranked, but in builds ranked, I'm like silver something, and in no builds, I'm like silver something as well. Don't really play that. What level are you?
What level am I? I'm like 146 or something.
I'm like 166, I think.
Do you have the battle pass?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Right, same skin. I want to get to level 200 so I can actually get my money out of it. My money worth.
Yeah. Here, I'll accept the invite in a sec. After this.
I didn't invite you.
What?
I haven't invited you or added you yet. I'm still loading.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like what? Tell me when you do, and then after this, I'll accept it.
Yeah.
Wait, I think 1 sec. Give me a few secs. 1 sec.
Did you have a break yet?
Done.
No, what is it? It's not showing up. Is it all caps TSM?
Yeah.
Then is it a space or an underscore?
No underscore.
Underscore.
No.
Is it a space then?
I don't think so. 1 sec. I'm slowing in. Give me 2 secs. Hello.
Hi, Charlotte.
Um.
Wolf.
Done.
Yeah.
Did you find it?
No, wait. Will you add me? It's probably.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, yeah. Woof, woof, woof. I'm just loading in. Woof, woof, woof. AJ,
Yeah?
you play Fortnite?
No. No.
You're a Minecraft kid, aren't you?
No, I just wear this top.
Why don't you tell me?
Do you have Minecraft?
Yeah.
What game do you play on Nintendo?
Yeah, I have Minecraft.
Close the cache.
What
I
do
do have Rocket League.
you play?
Rocket League.
No,
Yeah.
what do you usually play on it though?
Here, Dan, I'll add you there. So
I'm a gold in Rocket League.
I'm plat.
so it's
I'm plat 3.
fast gamer
Fast underscore gamer.
underscore gamer. Right.
Hello, hello, guys.
Hello.
Isn't that the thing you put up at the end?
I'm working on something.
You guys are exchanging your, is it gaming?
Yeah, we're adding each other.
Yeah.
Fast
Good.
underscore gamer
Oh, I don't have that printed.
22.
Yeah,
Is
fast
it
underscore.
22?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, let me add you.
Okay, so let's get ready for lesson 4. This is going to be the final part of the workshop.
Yay.
Super fun. So on the agenda for this last part, we are going to talk about the Enigma machine. Has anybody heard of the Enigma machine?
No.
What? Yes.
That's
Yeah.
What's the Enigma machine?
Yes, we're going to talk about the phone machine, and also talk about like some applications of cryptography nowadays. So we're going to talk about internet security. You guys guessed a few things we're going to talk about, and also cryptocurrency. Okay, it's gonna be a fun time. We have some challenges there for you. So let's get cracking.
I thought we're doing the fun thing.
Yeah, it's starting very soon. Let's this is going to be a very short lesson, and then we go into the fun thing. So the Enigma machine is this machine here that you guys can see on the screen. It's an encryption machine used by the Germans during the World War II, right? Then do you want to share something?
No, I was just wondering, will I print that? Because I don't have it printed yet.
I think it's okay. You can follow us here.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically this Enigma machine was used by the Germans during World War II. And if you have studied that in school, you had the Axis and the Allies. And this is basically the machine that they use to communicate with their armies, right? Between them. So if the other people wanted to intercept the message, they couldn't figure out what the message said. So that gives them an advantage. They could speak between themselves without other people knowing what they're saying. So the Enigma machine uses a substitution cipher, which is very similar to the two ciphers that we studied today, okay? And the key mapping, so basically the word, how the letters are encrypted, it changes every time you press a key on the keyboard. So if you remember, for the Caesar cipher, we only had the key space of 1, because once you have the cipher set, you don't change it anymore. So that means every letter is encrypted in the same way. But with the Vigenère cipher, we had a keyword, which was like a password, right? So the same letter could be encrypted in different ways, depending on the keywords. Now for the Enigma machine, every letter is encrypted differently, which makes it so much more complex to decrypt the messages, right? We have some raised hands. Susan?
Sorry, that was up by accident.
Okay, no problem. And Seamus?
What's the use of the plug board?
So here they had, I'll give you a video that you can watch as well later, which explains exactly how the Enigma machine works. But basically the plug board here is like, it's kind of like the keyboard that like you plug it in different ways, and then that would set the machine to work in a different way. Okay, so it's kind of like a keyword So they would say, oh, you need to plug this with that and this with that. You can see there are some wires going on down here. But I'll give you a video that you can watch later sent by email. It's super interesting, and it tells you exactly how this machine worked. That's a really good question. Thank you. Yeah, so there was, look at this number. I can't even say it. So there were too many ways for you to set this Enigma machine, and that would make it so much more complex for other people to figure out how to break this code, right? I will share the video later with you so you can watch it. It's super cool. I can hear. I know you can't hear it, but I just want to show you the machine itself. The sponsor there. Just a second. Another sponsor. We can go into the video now. Yeah, so it's super cool, the machine. And this video is going to show you exactly how it works, right? Super cool how it all does. But basically, we talked about the Enigma machine. And when we talked about breaking codes, what we found out is that you need some piece of information to break these to decrypt the messages. And you look for patterns like we did. We look for patterns like the length of the words. We look for common letters that appear all the time, and so on. So the Enigma machine had two flaws. The first flaw was in the system. It basically, the Enigma machine would never encode one letter as itself. So let's say A would never be A, B would never be B, and so on. So M would never be encoded as M, for example. And there was another flaw as well. In terms of the communication, the messages that they sent would always have a weather report at the beginning of the message. So once their enemies found out these two patterns here, and another really important one as well is that usually the messages included this phrase, Heil Hitler, at the end of the message. So once they figured out these patterns, they could use this information to break the Enigma machine. Okay? Yes, Susan?
Why was there a weather report and how was it a flaw?
So it was a flaw because when you're reporting on the weather, there is a set of words that you're going to say, like rain, sun, or clouds, right? So it basically, like, out of all the possible words that exist in the world or in any language, it would make the possibilities shorter because there's only a few words that are associated with weather, right? So having that information makes it easier for you to break because, you know, somewhere there's probably clouds, there's probably rain, there's probably sun or something like that. Okay, Kian?
How is it a flaw that it can't encode a letter as itself?
Because if you know that a letter cannot be itself, it basically makes, so let's say there's 26 letters in the alphabet. So there are 26 possibilities for you to encode that letter. But if it can't be encoded as itself, then there isn't 26 possibilities. There's only 25. So that makes it smaller, the possibilities for that. Okay?
But
yes.
why would you encode it as itself anyway?
Yes, it wouldn't be encoded as itself. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
As for why, if you know something can't be encoded as itself, so from an outside perspective, you don't know if it's encoded in itself, as itself. So when you see just random letters, you can't intrinsically know that the A isn't an A. But according to the Enigma machine, an A never would be an A. So it just reduces the amount of options you have available.
Exactly. Yeah. For example, in the engineer cipher, if the code word has the letter A, that means that the same letter can be encoded as itself, right? But in the Enigma machine, no, that is not true. That's a really good observation. So basically, they created another machine to solve the Enigma machine message, which is called the bomb machine. So it was designed by these two guys here, Alan Turing and Gordon Welchman. And basically, it solves any Enigma machine encoded message. You can put it there, and the machine is going to figure out what the message, the original message is. AJ?
How big is the Enigma machine?
The Enigma machine it isn't so big, so we can see it here in this video, right? It's a small one, but let me see. I think this is from a museum, a real one that was actually used during World War II, right? So it's not so big, but the Enigma machine, or sorry, the bomb machine is much bigger. You can see there's somebody standing next to it, and it's massive, right? Why is it so much bigger than the Enigma machine? Because a machine that can break another machine is probably a much bigger machine, right? That makes sense. So basically, the bomb machine is essentially 36 times the Enigma machine in terms of how it's wired together. It's much bigger, okay? It's a really good question. So this is how cryptography was applied in the future or in the past. Yeah, and nowadays, how is cryptography used? So nowadays we have a few applications of cryptography here, especially in terms of communications. Your WhatsApp messages, they are actually encrypted. So when you send a message to someone, your phone encrypts the message, sends it to somebody else, and their phone decrypts the message. So sometimes you can see when you start a chat, it says at the top that this is encrypted end-to-end or something like this. So that's basically what it means. So WhatsApp messages are encrypted, and especially military and governments, they have very important information that is kept safe through cryptography. Also, data storage. Do you guys have you ever you probably have seen hard drives, right? Who has seen a hard drive? So I have a hard drive here with me, and my hard drive is encrypted. So you need a password to access the data on this hard drive. And how is the data encrypted? Using cryptography, right? So I need a password. Once I put in the password, then I can access the information in that hard drive. Similar to how the Vigenère cipher works. You need the password, the keyword, and then you can encrypt all the information. So bank transactions are also encrypted. So you have ATMs, online shopping. When you put in your credit card information, that is all encrypted. And somebody brought this up. Who remembers this? Somebody brought this up in the, AJ, excellent. So when you see this padlock in a website, it means it is encrypted. There is internet security. So instead of being HTTP only, it's HTTPS for safe security, okay? And there's different protocols there. It's a little bit too complex, but they're called TLS protocols and SSL protocols to keep that website safe. We're not going to go into the details of this one here, but basically, one very important aspect of any messages is that there can't be any patterns, right? As we saw with the Enigma machine, the main flaw it had was the pattern that a letter would never be encoded as itself, right? So that was the pattern. It may seem like a silly one, but that is what broke the Enigma machine. And this is a way for a way for generating a keyword. that are completely random. They use basically these lava lamps, and then the lava lamp has a different color. And if you know, different colors are encoded in different ways. They have a code for colors. That's how computers only work with numbers, right? So all colors, they have a number, a code to available to them. So but they basically use a lava lamp to generate these different numbers that are totally random, so they can encode, they can keep the internet safe, different websites safe. So there's like various ways that people use or make the internet safe, and this is like a fascinating one. Another one is cryptocurrencies. Who has heard about cryptocurrencies? Let's see, put your hand if you've heard of it. Oh, Emilia, almost everyone. Wow. That's really good. Excellent. Yeah, so cryptocurrency is basically money, but encrypted, right? They use encryption. There's a public and a private key encryption. So there's a private key that is for yourself. There's a public key that is for everyone, and so on. And it's a really good way of having, like, it's a different way of having money, right? So in the same way that we have cash, physical cash, we have banks where your money is in your bank account. There's also cryptocurrency where you keep your money in a crypto account, in a crypto wallet, in the cloud, in the blockchain kind of thing. Dan, do you want to add something to this?
My auntie, she's like a crypto person. Like she works with all these people to keep cryptocurrency safe, so like there's no fraud going on.
Yes, that's really cool.
And she'd be looking into all of them, so I know like a lot of the actual cryptocurrency names.
Awesome. Yeah, so what you learned during this workshop is basically the foundation of how the cryptocurrencies came about, right? So first, there was Julius Caesar, creating the Caesar cipher, and then eventually somebody created the Vigenère cipher, and it was cryptography was evolving to become what it is today. And one of the applications is cryptocurrency. So there's a lot of money in cryptocurrency. The market cap is like trillions now. So it is a really interesting application. And the Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency, if I'm not wrong. And it was invented by a person that nobody knows who is this person. And that's their kind of pseudo name, let's say. And they proposed this idea in 2009. So it's been around since then. Ooh. Guys, what's happening? Ooh, what's going on? My screen?
Glitching, probably. It's lagged. It's being lagged.
Oh, we were hacked. Holy. I own this presentation. I need Ray.
Chris, we know it's you.
What's happening?
What?
Oh my God, you guys, we were hacked. Ray's gone.
Ray, y'all knows Ray though.
Oh my God.
Hey, I know it's you behind the mask.
We can't see through the mask.
Where's Ray gone?
Where's Ray
He's
gone?
right there. He's right there.
That's not Ray. No.
No, that's not Ray. Where is Ray?
I just searched up Ray in the people and it came up.
I think his mic was also.
Ray is right there.
Yeah, he's right there.
Can somebody bring Ray back, please?
He's
Ray?
already
Ray,
there.
come back.
That's not Ray.
Who is he talking to? Because we can't hear him. Ray, are you okay?
I don't say Ray. Ray has been kidnapped. I'm the Riddler.
Alright.
And if you ever want to see your instructor again, you'll have to play a game
I want
for
to be
me.
riddled.
What if we don't want to
Can
see
I
him
answer
again?
riddles? Can I answer riddles?
Now he's just crying in the corner. Why did you do that to him?
Womp
Oh
womp.
my God, we need to get
Hi,
Ray
Ray.
back. How do we get Ray back?
Answer
is
his riddles.
You're going to have to play some of my riddles.
Oh no!
Ah,
Oh guys,
Batman couldn't stop me, and it means you can't either.
oh my God, guys,
I'm
we need
so
to
good
get
at
Ray
riddles.
back. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we need to do? Tell us, Riddler.
Well,
That's me. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. Let's figure this out.
okay, my first riddle. I am at the beginning of the end of every place. I am the beginning of eternity, the end of time and space. What am I? You may also want to take out your sheet with the encoded messages.
The letter E.
E.
The letter E.
E.
E. Yeah.
E. E.
Right?
Yes. What? You could never figure it out that easy. My riddles are too good.
But we just did it.
Right? That's all we need. The letter
Definitely E. It's E.
So,
E.
okay.
E.
E.
This looks like a what type of cipher is this? What type
Where's
of
Raymond?
Raymond's in the corner, and he's never coming back.
I am the beginning and the end. We need to cipher this.
What's
Can anybody guess what type
What
of
cipher? We don't know the cipher.
You have to guess it.
Wait,
Show
that
me.
Oh, I don't have that one.
Looks like a.
Oh, you figured out the riddle, but can you apply the answer? Ha 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 ha.
I'd say
It's guessing the word. So
it's a whatchamacallit color.
is? Anybody can guess?
We
So
don't
the
know the
last-
specific cipher, so we have to guess the cipher.
The cipher.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say shift, so I'm guessing the engineer. It doesn't say a specific shift, so
You have your hand up?
it's not Caesar, so I'm gonna say
It could be.
Harry, maybe we can.
you're thinking?
yeah, the engineer cipher. Okay, but we also don't have a keyword like a keyword.
Are you so sure it's a Visionaire cipher?
No.
Could you be wrong?
He's tricking us. I think.
He's trying to trick us, lads. Let's do
It's a
it.
Morse code. It's Morse code.
Think how
No,
the
no,
answer to the riddle may help you solve the cipher.
It's Morse code.
But Morse codes, they only have dots and dashes, and these are
Yeah, we have to
Right.
answer dots and dashes. I
Yeah,
figured
we
it
don't
out.
have dots and dashes here. But we have which kind of message?
Is it this way? It's dash.
It's the Visioneer. But the
I know
Visioneer,
the second one. I know the second one.
let's do the first one together.
I think I know the second one.
Or do you want to
Think how the answer to the riddle might be applied to the ciphertext. What might it mean?
Is the applied kind of like version?
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, breaking up a little bit. Can you say that again?
Is it like the applied version of figuring it out, the Caesar cipher?
Yeah, that's it. So I think you're right. So basically what we can do is for the Caesar cipher, remember we needed to know the letter. So we know the letter. It's E, right?
Easy.
So basically, we are going to align A with E. Let's see if that would work.
No, you can't solve it that easily.
I
It's
think
shift
we're
four.
going
Shift 4.
So how would we go about it? Let's see. So we have the cipher text. We're going to look for A, right, in the small circle now. So we align A, the big one, with E.
The second letter is I.
the outer one?
So in the inner one, we're going to look for A A is
W.
W.
The third letter is F.
Okay, I think we have it, guys. What's the
Oh,
second
I.
second letter?
A.
I.
A. A.
I. Ready?
E is aligned with A. So E in the
Oh.
inner circle, A in the outer circle. Okay, I think we're getting this.
Y.
What's
Y.
C?
F.
C,
Wait. I. Y. Y. Y.
I, C, Y, C, Y. Okay, or is aligned with N.
N. N.
Okay, Wayne.
Is it Wayne Mansion?
E is aligned with, or I, sorry.
Oh,
I
it's a
with E.
what's Batman's second name?
Wayne. Bruce
Wayne.
Wayne. Bruce Wayne.
Him.
His real name Bruce
Well,
Wayne.
next
The Wayne Mansion. Wayne Manor.
So all the I's are going to be E's. R's, remember, R is N. So this is N.
Yeah, she's taking in one.
X. What's X, guys? X, the inner
X.
circle.
Is aligned with
T. X is T. X is T.
X. So we
Wayne
N.
Enterprises.
Okay.
Wayne Enterprises.
No! You couldn't solve it that quickly. How dare you? I will not tolerate this. You will have to face another riddle.
I think I know what the second one is.
No, we want Rain. We want Ray back.
Look where we are.
Ray.
Wayne Enterprises? Is that what it means?
Kiki.
So, why here, you may ask? Well, let me tell you another riddle. It will be quite an interesting result. What occurs once in
I know
every
it.
minute, twice in a moment, never in 1,000 years.
Letter M.
Ah!
Letter M.
So fast. Let's do this again. So let's
How did Batman find such intelligent disciples?
let's do this, guys. Next
We're
one.
not your friends. You took Ray from us. You want Ray back.
Line A is the letter.
You're very lucky they want you back.
Letter M, like this. Okay. Do you have it? Everybody has it in their cipher? Let's work.
No, not yet.
So again, E in the inner one. E in the inner one. What's the
S.
S? Excellent. S. G in the inner one. G is U. And the N.
B.
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 Okay. Sub. N is B again. M is
A.
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 what about
A.
E?
Beyond love.
S.
M is A.
Susan
Yeah.
has
M is A.
solved.
Two Q's. What's
Ah!
Stop basement.
the
E
base?
is S. Q. T.
You may have solved this one, but
Yeah.
next time you won't be so lucky.
And then we have.
Basement.
Okay, did we get it? Riddler? Riddler?
You may have solved it this time, but you won't be so lucky with the next one.
Sure about that?
Certain. Your insolence will not be tolerated. You may be getting warmer, but you don't get your hopes up.
Oh,
I am always around, but unseen. I'm often avoided, but never outrun. I could find you at the end of the road, or even the next corner. What am I?
Shop.
This one isn't so easy, is it?
I'm always around but unseen. I
Hello.
off.
The wind.
Rain.
Hello.
Wind. Wind.
Hello.
Wind. The rain.
Wind.
Like something kind of
We need a keyword.
No, it has to be a letter. It has to be a letter.
We need a keyword.
we need a keyword. Yes, I think it's like the Riddler. It's
I think
It's going to be what happens to Raymond if you don't solve this.
Raymond. What if it's Ray? What if it's Ray? What if the keyword's Ray?
No, it's going to be what happens to Ray.
Murder.
Death.
Ah!
Yeah.
Ah!
Could that be the keyword?
What?
Is that the keyword? Let's try.
Wait,
I can do this now. I can do this now.
Yeah.
Wait, is this the
That's the keyword. You guys have to put your
I'm
very confused when we're talking. Why? When you sense this thing. Okay. But
you have the listeners answer there.
conclusion out of it. In a sense, I don't think he said that. I think I'm going to end.
Yes. Do you have it? Let's
Wait.
try.
The first letter is S. The first letter is S.
Oh my God, you guys are so fast. Okay, so V with D, you have
Is S.
okay.
S. S. S.
S.
S. S. No, S.
S. Okay, let's try. So basically, let's work this out together. Let's see.
E and I. Keep going till you get
No. Okay, so I can open this here and we can work it out together, right? So basically, we're looking for V.
E. 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 E is the next
So
one.
D all the way to find V. S. Okay, excellent. You have it right. Excellent. What's the next one then? So it's E to I. So E to I, we get E. Excellent. Are you guys following this? So the next one is
A.
R. So A all the way to R, we get R again. Is that it? Do I have it right?
I wouldn't let you know. I don't want you to find me.
T.
You're weird.
U.
Oh,
U. No, V. Sorry. V.
This one's E.
so T O
D.
E and
T
U.
T
You're strange.
V. It's V.
O
It's V.
No, I'm the Riddler.
V and G. V and E. V and E.
Then why did you hack us?
L
Because you're Batman's associates.
L.
You know.
We get E, right?
Thomas.
H T.
And now
T to H.
T U
E is the keyword and H
T.
is the ciphertext.
T.
U.
It's
R.
R.
Excellent, excellent. We're getting there. Server. Okay, server
T and H. T and H. I think we have it. We might have it here.
and V. E.
I think it's a server room.
Server room.
Ah!
Is that a keyword? Is that the word?
Yeah, that's what we got from using the keyword and the
Just because you got that doesn't mean you'll get the next one, does it?
Yeah.
You're going to get harder and harder.
Clock. Clock.
What has two hands, a round face, always runs, always stays in place.
all I'm saying.
Clock.
Ah!
Clock.
Clock.
That's our keyword. We got it.
Clock.
Let's see. Clock.
Please stop moving.
Okay, so C and G. C.
E is the first one. E is the first one.
Okay. Okay. I'm
L.
gonna
And
count.
I. L and I.
E.
So
Is the keyword clock?
Yes, the
No,
keyword
wait.
clock.
On that first row.
You know.
Do you see on the side for text? Is the second one an I or an L?
So first one is I, and then keyword is L. So L to find I. That's X.
Explosion. Is it explosion? Just a guess.
Give it a second.
I got explode. So I'm saying explosion.
So
I got explosion too.
C to find U. C U X. Explode. Then L T L T.
Explosion.
O and J, is it?
O and J.
Explosions.
V.
J V.
V. This is V.
Who's
Explosives. Explosives.
Oh, you saw I was giving you easy riddles? No, look around you. You're falling right into my trap.
Explode the
Hey, there's
server.
still 2 more riddles.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Look, we need the
Its
keyboard.
inventor doesn't want it. The man who bought it doesn't need it. The man who needs it doesn't know they do. What is it? It's going to be what you and Raymond all have in common. You'll be all needing it.
Oxygen.
Ah, Fionn.
Word, guys. What's the keyword? This
Fionn
is a
in the chat.
one.
Mercy.
Oxygen?
Is in English. The man who
Fionn
bought it
in the chat may have an idea.
in the chat. Said coffin. Could it be the answer? Coffin?
No, I've restarted it.
Susan said it's coffin. Is that right?
They were messing around there with the shoes, right?
A body bag.
Oh,
That thing will be finished in
okay.
B. B.
Yeah.
Working on it.
There's like, wait. There's 3 F's in that coffin.
Yeah, you put in 3 F's.
Oh yes. Yes. Okay. Okay.
What's the key word?
over a week. Oh, really?
Coffin.
The man said he'd put it through the end.
I'm not gonna go with
Have it right now. Let's try this.
And they logged them in.
Please just wait for that. Also, decoding.
Oh.
You
You.
Can you do it?
Okay.
U and T.
No?
U and C. U and C.
What's the second one?
S.
O and Z.
O and Z. So O, Z,
What's the key word?
coffin,
X and
How
F.
do you spell that?
S, L. So coffin. Yeah, it's
Maybe.
S, L. So
SLS.
A,
What? I got SLS.
F,
F and Q. F and Q.
S again.
I and T. I and T.
This is the wrong
I
word.
thought it was oxygen.
F and Q. So F and Q is L. L again. This
Wait,
doesn't make
L.
sense. I and T. I and T.
I
L.
think it might actually be oxygen because trees make oxygen and trees don't need the oxygen they make.
Yeah, so it's
They
oxygen.
need water and sunlight. Humans.
Yeah, so it's oxygen.
So N and Y. N and Y. What's that?
Oxygen.
L.
L again. Okay, this is looking like something completely different from what we had before. And then
Oxygen. It's oxygen.
I remember SLS when I watched
It's oxygen.
and L.
It's oxygen.
What is oxygen?
Your air, the air, oxygen.
the keyword.
Oh, you think oxygen is the key word, and then we were doing it wrong.
Yeah.
But Riddler, what's the key word? Are we correct? Because this
Well,
is really weird.
to answer your question, how does one buy oxygen? To answer my riddle, I don't think you can.
Are you tricking us?
Oh, yes.
I'd never be so deceitful.
Who created the oxygen? Like, it doesn't make. Yeah, it's probably coffin. So F and X. This is looking weird, guys. F and X.
Is it grave?
Just a bunch of S and L's and S and L's. What could that be? F and X again. So F, X again is S again. I don't know what's going on.
It's oxygen.
But it couldn't be oxygen because the riddle says the inventor doesn't want it. Who's the inventor of oxygen?
Trees. They don't need it.
But they can't buy it.
Yeah. You can buy seeds for a tree. You can buy seeds for a tree.
Okay. Let's see what type of cipher could it be? So we learned about the Tudor cipher. We've already used it. We learned about the Tudor cipher for these ones. What's the other cipher we learned about?
Susan, who isn't Susan, said it.
Morse code.
Oh no! Oh my God, you guys, what's happening? We need a bomb activation code?
The activation code.
Tick tock, tick tock.
I know.
There isn't even a riddle for this one.
I know. It's bomb. It's bomb. As
Oh,
hold on.
What's the first type of cipher we learned about?
Morse
What is the Morse code? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
because you need. It could be dot 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 or like dot dash dash dot.
Oh yes. So maybe this is what goes here. So
The keyword could be dot.
dot could be like dot, and then this is like short and long and short. So what's dot, dash, and dot?
Curse you clever marinara. Batman has too many helpful friends.
We're going to get this, guys. We are going to get this.
Wait, I have one here, Marie.
Okay, so let's check this out. I have the Morse code here. So what is dot, dash, and dot? That's OR, right? So dot, dash, dot. Let's do this. I think we're gonna crack it. We're going to crack this. So OR. What's L? What's LL? So long and long. M, right? So dash is M. Okay, M. What's L? What is dash? Just one dash is T. Okay, or M? T? Is that the one? So long, short, short, short. So dash, then 3 dots. Dash.
3 dots for S. 3 dots for S.
Yes. So 1 dash and 3 dots is going to be B. Is that
No! You
Is that
sold my riddles.
We got this.
Give us Raymond.
Batman, no!
Raymond!
We got him back.
He actually has to fall out his chair just to
Thank
pull that
you
trick off.
so much for saving me.
You actually have to fall off your chair to pull that trick off.
Oh my God.
He just dragged me. He dragged the Riddler across, and I got back in my chair. Thank you for
Then how
everything.
come your background is still the Riddler?
Just latency. Don't worry about it.
Well
Thank
done.
you so much. Thank you.
Everyone, celebrate! It's celebrate! Just go into whatever it is.
Let's celebrate.
Blow
Yay.
horns, blow horns, whatever they are.
Oh, wow, I love it. We have some fireworks and all going. Good stuff. We have Ray back.
Right.
Well done. That was fun. Was that fun? I feel like
Yeah.
that was fun. Perfect. So we have some time still to work through more quotes if you want. So let's have a look into these. In lesson 3, we worked through the first one, and then we have one more page here of exercises, of different challenges for you. And then there's this one here with the crosswords.
Yeah.
Which ones do you want to do now? Let's see. So there is the crossword. You want to do crossword?
Crossword.
Yes. So let's do this together as our last activity. We still have about 15 to 20 minutes. So I suppose we can do this, right? Let's see. So can we work this out together? Let's see. So what is a set of rules that you use to encode information? 6 letters, right? What set of rules do we use?
Ciphers?
Any ideas? What set of rules do you use to encode information? Yes, Ray?
It wouldn't be a cipher, would it?
Could it be a cipher? Let's see. Does cipher fit into this? So cipher. Oh, this isn't working. Let's do it different way. So cipher. Okay. I think it fits. Cipher, right? And the cipher is an example of. Oh, that's a very long word. That is a really long. And there's a nor there.
It would probably help if we could see across.
Yes, it's down. Which cross? No? So common words is a language. Common words in a language. Child's bed with bird sides. Okay. What could it be? What's a child's bed called?
Cribs?
Cribs. Excellent. So cribs. Good stuff. What's the next one now? So let's try number 4. The process of encoding a message. This is really easy, right? What's the process of encoding a message? Coding? Let's see.
Encrypting. Encrypting.
Excellent. Encrypted. Encryption. Could it be encryption? How does this look?
Looks
Yeah,
fun.
that looks good.
Good, no? So let's try now number, let's see. This looks like a difficult one. Yes, Susan?
Number 3.
Number 3?
Is it alphabetical?
Oh, I think it's a bit. Call it.
Other one.
No. Excellent. I think, yeah, this looks good. Polyalphabetic. What's number 5? So let's try. The process of making an unclear message understandable, intelligible, readable. And then we have a Y. Is this a Y or an I? Could be an I.
I feel like a Vigenère cipher was the polyalphabetic one. Caesar cipher was a subcategory.
Okay, it's a V. Yeah, it's a Caesar cipher. Caesar cipher is mono.
I'm using
Mo.
You can have it.
Yes, yes. So
That's wrong.
alphabetic is the Caesar
Right.
cipher because it's just one
Don't
mono
put it right up.
letter. Okay. So this one, number 5, the process of making an unclear message understandable.
No.
Well, yes, excellent, Amelia and Louisa. You had it right, monoalphabetic. You guys know this then? Number 5.
So if we had encryption of it, what might be the opposite?
Decryption.
Decryption. Yes. Has anybody found out any of the other ones and wants to tell us? Yes, but you can tell us. You're breaking up a bit. Say that again. So your microphone isn't working very well. It's actually a little noisy, so I'm gonna. Can you put it in the chat for us, please?
You wait. Will you type it in the chat?
Yeah, your microphone is breaking up a lot. Can you put it in the chat for us, please? Amelia and Louisa, do you want to share with us another one you may know?
Number 13, the Enigma machine.
Enigma. Okay, cool. So 13, the question is, the name given to a machine designed by the German has a meaning and mystery. Yeah, love it. That's correct. Excellent. Thank you. And then also, Susan said number 9 is Caesar. I think this fits really well here. So number 9 is a Roman general. Yeah, so it's Caesar, his name, right? Caesar. Excellent. Kian, do you know another one you want to share with us?
6 down. Brute force.
Brute force. That's number?
6
Six.
down.
Just beside decryption.
Okay. Okay, this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, brute. Anybody knows another one I want to share? So it's the method of trying all possible keys to a code in order to decode it. Yeah, that's called brute force. Excellent. Has anybody figured out a different one? Let's try number 8. The Vigenère cipher is an example of, yes, Susan, can you type it for us? Maybe. Your microphone isn't working, please, sorry. Yeah, if you can type in the chat. Oh yes, perfect. Polyalphabetical, excellent. So the Vigenère cipher is a polyalphabetic cipher because it can encrypt messages with different letters. So lots of letters, polyalphabetic. Excellent. Another one? Let's see if somebody else knows a different answer.
I'm going to throw my hat in the ring for 14 across.
For Shane, okay.
As a 1- time pad.
Oh, so it's a method of encryption that uses a key that is as long as the message itself. What is that? Can you say that again?
1 dash time pad.
1 time.
It's also the only way to guarantee complete security. Everything else has flaws.
That's really interesting. 1 time pad. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Wow, that's very interesting. Thank you. Anybody else has another one? We have only 4 to go, or 5. Number 15 is super small. Let's see. Determines how to arrange a cipher root. The rule is not the same every time. Like the shift letters. What is it called? So 3 letters and the middle letter is E.
K-E-Y, key.
Key. Excellent. So we need the key to determine how to arrange a cipher. Excellent. Well done. Thank you, Garbe. Okay, we have 4 more to go. Who wants to give a try? Anybody else knows a different one? Number 7, let's see. That one. Wendy, do you want to go for it?
Number 10 is Alan Turing.
Number 10 is?
Alan Turing.
Okay, so it is the mathematician who designed a machine able to break codes from the Enigma machine. Excellent. So it's Alan Turing. Excellent. Thank you so much. It's very smart.
We have an answer for 7.
We do.
The chat.
Excellent. So Susan said number 7 is shift. Excellent. So number 7 is in Caesar cipher, the key to encode the message is the shift. Excellent. Because that is the number of times we shift the Caesar cipher, right? And we also have an answer for
6.
Okay, Amelia said brute force. So we have it there. Excellent. Thank you. We're only missing 2 now. Number 11 and number 12. Does anybody have the answer? Number 11 is a long one.
I'm going to have a guess for number 12.
Yeah.
Being Charles Babbage.
Oh, so the creator of a method for decoding polyalphabetic ciphers, counting how many letters separate repeated patterns. Okay, so
Probably
that's
just Babbage rather than Charles. I think it's 2 B's in the middle.
okay. So Babbage. Okay. That is a hard one. Okay, so thank you, Babbage. And what about the number 11? I'm sure you guys can figure this one out. So it is a method of trying to decode the message, counting and comparing common words and common letters, or of letters, or of letters. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I put it up by accident.
Oh, no problem. What's the name of the method for breaking codes? Remember, we talked about 2 methods. We talked about brute force, and the other one was called
Frequency something?
Oh,
yes,
that's close. It is frequency something.
frequency something. What's the other part?
Analysis.
So
Frequency analysis.
frequency
Analysis.
Frequency.
analysis. Yay! Is this correct? Am I spelling?
SIS.
Na.
IS at the end.
Okay, because it's just one frequency. Okay, frequency analysis. Yeah, we have it. Excellent, guys. Well done. You learned so much. Wow. A lot about cryptography, right? We have time for another one. We're pretty much there now. So we finished pretty much all this one. Okay. And then for lesson 3, there are a few Vigenère ciphers encoded text there. Let's see. Maybe I can give you, we can work out maybe the keyword here. So the keyword to this is the name of the computer.
I did find this out.
Did you?
It's deep thought.
Deep thought. Okay. So it's probably all together, right? For the keyword.
Cipher.